favorite days. This is baking, getting some beverage prep ready because everyone starts arriving tomorrow. Happy week of Christmas. And we are feeling all the feels. So we're doing several things today. Like I said, baking and beverage day. Two B's. So I think I'm gonna have a clip, to show y'all this, but the pumpkin. And then look how amazing our cranberry orange homemade bread turned out. So we've got all of that ready. Now, one of the favorite things that my family has that I do is I make an apple cider, but it's so I like this brand, but I couldn't find two. So I started with this other one, the Musselman. It's great too. But this is what I do every year. So this is good for any, kid, tween, teen, all the way up to 103. And then I heard about this, a hot spiked cider recipe. So we are gonna give both a whirl. Now the reason I like to make these at least a day ahead before everybody arrives is because the spices can really steep really well. Okay, so in this one, this is gonna be our spiced, hot spiced spiked adult beverage. And then this is my traditional, let's turn the light on. My traditional, but with top secret ingredients. So let's do that first. So in what we're gonna add to the cider here, okay, is 3 large cinnamon sticks. Then I was gonna show y'all, this is the best one. It just is called a tea infuser to put your cloves in. We're gonna use it for the spiked, but this is another option. It's just that sometimes she likes to come open. So just get her closed really tight, and then we're just gonna lay her in the bottom of the actual pot. The pot. And then y'all, this is the secret sauce. I can't believe I'm telling y'all all the things. You're gonna add red hots to this one. And you're gonna wanna keep stirring because as it melts, of course, the candy's gonna wanna stick a little to the bottom. But this is the game changer. Okay, so we add a whole box of, what ounce box is this? 5.5. So add that whole box, and then we'll turn it on low. But like I said, we'll need to keep stirring it. So before we do that, we're gonna come back to this recipe. So the only thing I've put in so far is, so we just went right off Pinterest, and we did a quart of water, actually a little less because I thought that sounded like a lot. We did 2 cups of apple cider, again, our apple cider. Now y'all listen how interesting this is. So this, no red hots here, but it's calling for 3, now this is my favorite orange cinnamon tea. It's so good for you too, you don't need any sweetener. But 3 orange tea bags, okay? So that's something new and different. So I had no idea that in spiked mold cider, that's what today's is. We got something else coming for you. Good Christmas Day though, all the way from Austria. Okay, so we're putting the 3 orange tea bags. And a lot of times orange, it's cinnamon orange. That's how the tea companies package them, which I think is totally fabulous. Fabulous. Then it's gonna be, I wanna say, was it a cup or 2/3 of a cup? Oh, half a cup. Half a cup of light brown sugar. So this is clearly not a calorie-free sitch either. Any of today, no calories for Christmas. And then we need also 2 cinnamon sticks, okay? Uno, dos. And then the butter's for at the end. More cinnamon sticks is at the end. And then we need, so it calls for 1.5 cups of the light rum. All we have is the Captain Morgan spiced rum, which I love. But we have heard from some of the reviews to only use 1 cup, not 1.5 cups. So we are, and we're gonna go ahead and put our cloves in, okay? And so we are going to just do a cup, okay? but still, kind of a lot, right? People, that's a lot going on. Okay, so now let us see, because remember I told y'all we're going to turn my regular all-time famous hot apple cider. We're just going to turn that on and make sure we're stirring. But this one, remove from heat, add okay. So we're going to get this going, and then we'll come back for bakers everywhere. If time and energy are of the essence, I prefer my mama's, homemade recipe with the cans of pumpkin. It makes 2 loaves. But this Pillsbury quick bread in the pumpkin bread is really great sub. And the way that you make it, look like this and taste extremely homemade is you're going to add several dashes of the pumpkin pie spice and the cinnamon into the mix. And into the mix itself, these cinnamon chips, which are usually only available at this time of year. So I usually buy 5 or 6 or 7 bags to last me through the whole year because I personally like pumpkin bread all year long. So buy up on these, and you're going to mix them in, and then you will also sprinkle some on top. Okay, this is the game changer. Now also, note to bakers everywhere, make sure to check what type of baking apparatus you're using. So like, for example, in this one that we're going to be making the cranberry bread in, it is a light color. It can usually go easily with these instructions. Dark nonstick has different instructions. So make sure to watch your timing so that we don't over bake, because we want it perfect. Okay, let's pop it in the oven. Okay, beautiful people, one of my favorite parts of the holidays. My sister was given this book when we were both itty bitty, and it has the recipe. It's a great story and has the recipe on the back. I make this every year at Christmas and Thanksgiving, and you can see, look at all the cooking spots. I've done some prep work to make it easy for us. What we're gonna do, we're just gonna prop this up so that I can see it. This already has our flour, sugar, baking soda, baking powder, the salt. We've cut in the butter, okay? And then our next instruction is that we're gonna add the egg, orange peel, and orange juice all at once. So literally, like with a potato peeler, we are putting the actual peel of the orange, every last drop, all measured out. I'll have the recipe below. Whoop, did you see that? So now what we're gonna do is stir just until moist. So we're not gonna be doing a ton of stirring here. And then we're gonna fold in the raisins and the cranberries. Now you want to use real cranberries like Ocean Spray. At this time of year, they have them in the produce section. I go ahead and kind of like those cinnamon chips, I buy 6 or 7 bags at a time for the whole year. So if I get a craving, because I love cranberries all year round, you can also, of course, so that's about all we're gonna stir, just so you can get the texture. It's just barely moistened. Then we have our measurements already for our raisins and cranberries, okay? So it's a really meaty kind of so this is what real cranberries look like if you have not worked with those before. It's gonna be very substantial. And the oranges just make it, even more citrusy and delightful. So now we're just going to kind of fold these in. If you don't know what it means on the recipe to cut the butter, that means you actually just cut it like it's little pats of butter and put it into the sifted flour, sugar, soda, baking powder, salt mix. So it's not melted, right? It's just like a pat of butter, and as it bakes, it's going to be tremendous. This does bake a little longer, like an hour and 10 minutes at 350, but again, watch your oven, and it should be a pretty true bake because, of this. Oh, look how good the pumpkin bread. Perfect texture and color. So now we've already put the some spray and some flour, and now we're going to just fold this in to the pan. And like I said, it's going to be super chunky, as you can probably tell. Just do a little more stirring here at the bottom. I'm going to let actually see what it looks like. It's really substantial. So, we're gonna pop her in the oven. We're back. We've got some beautiful afternoon sun streaming in. We've got both of our situations ready. And we are just gonna give them a little taste test before we put it back in the jug. So we kept the empty jug, and then I have another for the spiked. I have a carafe. We'll put that in. Now, for the regular, no problem. You can use a regular coffee cup. My daddy gave me these beautiful. So you'll be able to tell now with our regular cider, with our special ingredients, that it's a beautiful red color because of why? The red hots, right? Okay, so when I'm serving this, I really like to put a cinnamon stick, and so we have more cinnamon sticks, like a little slice of apple, okay? Now what I thought I had, you guys, I may need one more trip to the store, is caramel to put around the top, but it's okay. So this is pretty warm. We're gonna give it a try. So this is the famous, joyous apple cider with the special ingredients of the cloves, cinnamon sticks, red hots. Safe for all ages. If this were a candle. Oh my gosh. A hug in a cup. It's perfection. I'm just gonna be bold and brave and say it. Okay, so this is safe for all, Joy's famous apple cider. Okay, then we have our spiked situation. Cup number 2. Again, we would have done the caramel, but oh well. We're just gonna use the same ladle. And now we don't know about this, y'all. This may be a little potent. So we're gonna just do a half, because Dan the man's not in here to taste test. We are supposed to add the cinnamon stick. I had left one out for us. Use it as a swivel. That's what they said, a little swivel stick. Because we're supposed to add a pat of butter. Like, we're just gonna do a half a pat. Y'all have never even heard of that. Like, okay, so we're gonna see what happens. That's why we're supposed to have the swivel stick. Oh, and look how melty it's getting already. So this is spiked apple cider. I'm excited for the recipe. I've never made the one I'm coming to you with for Christmas Day, but it's gonna be a grand experiment. Okay, so you can see it's melting. Okay, while it's melting, let me just show y'all. I did have to taste test. So this is the pumpkin bread. When you cut it, you can see those little cinnamon chips in there. It turned out perfect. And then look, this is the absolute perfection. This creates that kind of crust. This is that cranberry orange bread. Creates that kind of crust that's like that almost gooey, chewy. Do y'all love that too? Where it's almost like a cookie texture, for the crust. So look how meaty and just yummy deliciousness. So I want you to be able to see that. Okay, so now this should be melted. So let us see. And of course I will, you guys. I will post all the recipes. Well, the pumpkin bread doesn't really have one, but I told y'all that. So you can kind of see the butter here on the top. And let's give it a whirl. Okay, this is spiked cider. First time ever. Oh my goodness, that's really good. That's really good. So me personally, I think it would be even better with red hots, because I really love that cinnamon flavor. I wonder if anybody's done Fireball instead of rum. That's an idea. But I think it's a win. It's a hit. So I can't wait to hear, what are you guys baking? What beverages are you making? How are you celebrating and honoring and creating memories? I cannot wait. I wish you the merriest of all. And we'll be back with one more fun little Christmas/New Year's sitch. And in the meantime, Merry Mary, thanks a million for tuning in. And as always, like, share, subscribe, do the things. See y'all soon.